Welcome to my channel Car Auto, ladies and gentlemen. The Ford GT40 is one of the most legendary race cars in automotive history, born from a fierce rivalry between Ford and Ferrari in the 1960s. Built with the singular goal of defeating Ferrari at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the GT40 became an icon of American engineering and racing prowess. Its development, racing dominance, and lasting impact on the automotive world make it one of the most celebrated machines ever produced. In the early 1960s, Ford Motor Company, under the leadership of Henry Ford II, sought to make a name for itself in international motorsports. Ferrari had been dominating endurance racing, particularly at Le Mans, and Ford saw an opportunity to enter the competition. Initially, Ford attempted to buy Ferrari, but Enzo Ferrari abruptly ended negotiations, angering Henry Ford II. This led to Ford's decision to build a car that would defeat Ferrari on the track. The result was the Ford GT40, a car that would go on to make history. The development of the GT40 was not without challenges. Ford enlisted the help of British manufacturer Lola Cars, whose Lola Mk6 had a mid-engine layout that was considered ideal for endurance racing. Engineers from Ford Advanced Vehicles in the UK, as well as Carroll Shelby's team in the US, played a crucial role in refining the design and performance of the car. The GT40 featured an aerodynamic, low-slung body with a wide stance, designed for high-speed stability and endurance. Powering the GT40 was a series of high-performance V8 engines, a stark contrast to Ferrari's smaller displacement V12s. The earliest versions of the GT40, known as the Mki, were equipped with a 4.2-liter V8, but it soon became clear that more power was needed to compete with Ferrari. Later iterations used larger engines, including a 7.0-liter, 427 cubic inch V8, which provided immense power and torque, giving the GT40 a significant advantage on long straights. The car's name, GT40, came from its Grand Touring GT classification and its height, which was only 40 inches from the ground. This low profile contributed to its aerodynamics but also meant that the cockpit was cramped, with drivers having to squeeze into the narrow space. Despite these constraints, the car's performance made up for any discomfort. The combination of a lightweight chassis, powerful engine, and advanced aerodynamics made it a formidable contender on the racetrack. The GT40 first competed at Le Mans in 1964, but initial efforts were plagued with reliability issues. Ford's persistence paid off in 1966 when the GT40 Mk2, now under the management of Carroll Shelby, achieved a historic victory at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. The race saw Ford not only win but dominate with a 1-2-3 finish, marking the first time an American manufacturer had won the prestigious endurance race. The victory was a turning point in motorsports history, proving that Ford could challenge and defeat the best teams in the world. The GT40's success continued over the following years. In 1967, the Mki version, featuring an all-American design and construction, won Le Mans with Dan Gurney and A.J. Foyt behind the wheel. The car's improved aerodynamics and lighter chassis contributed to its victory. Ford continued its dominance by winning Le Mans again in 1968 and 1969 with the Mki, making it 4 consecutive victories for the GT40. The 1969 race was particularly memorable as it featured a dramatic duel in the final laps, with Jackie Ickx securing victory by a narrow margin. Beyond Le Mans, the GT40 also competed in various endurance races across the world, cementing its reputation as one of the greatest race cars ever built. The technological innovations and lessons learned from the GT40's development influenced future Ford performance vehicles, including the modern Ford GT. The legacy of the GT40 extends beyond its racing success. The car became a symbol of American ingenuity, perseverance, and the ability to challenge European dominance in motorsports. It inspired generations of engineers, designers, and enthusiasts. Even decades after its last race, the GT40 remains a coveted collector's item, with original models fetching millions of dollars at auctions. Ford paid tribute to the GT40 with the introduction of the Ford GT in 2005, a road-going supercar that captured the spirit and design of the original while incorporating modern technology. In 2016, Ford revived the GT once again, this time with a high-tech, carbon fiber body and a twin-turbo V6 engine. This modern iteration returned to Le Mans and achieved victory, echoing the success of the original GT40. The GT40's impact on motorsports and automotive culture is immeasurable. Its development was a defining moment in racing history, showcasing the power of determination, innovation, and engineering excellence. The rivalry between Ford and Ferrari, dramatized in films and books, remains one of the most compelling stories in motorsport. The car's design remains one of the most iconic in automotive history. The low, Aggressive stance, wide fenders, and distinctive shape make it instantly recognizable. While built for function, its form has become a symbol of speed and performance. Enthusiasts and collectors worldwide celebrate the GT40, and replicas and continuation models allow new generations to experience the thrill of this legendary machine. Driving a GT40 is a visceral experience. The combination of raw power, minimal electronic assistance, and precise handling creates an unmatched driving sensation. The roar of the V8 engine, the mechanical feel of the gearbox, and the direct steering make it a car that demands skill and respect. Unlike modern supercars with advanced stability control and driver aids, the GT40 is a pure driving machine, requiring full engagement from the driver. The GT40's influence extends beyond the racetrack and collectors' garages. It has been featured in countless documentaries, books, and films, including the acclaimed movie Ford vs. Ferrari, which brought its incredible story to a wider audience. The film highlighted the intense rivalry, engineering challenges, and personal sacrifices that led to the GT40's legendary success. The continued admiration for the GT40 is a testament to its groundbreaking achievements. Whether viewed as a piece of racing history, an engineering marvel, or a cultural icon, the GT40 represents the pinnacle of Ford's commitment to performance and innovation. Its legacy is preserved through restorations, museum exhibits, and modern reinterpretations, ensuring that its impact will never be forgotten. In conclusion, the Ford GT40 is more than just a race car. It is a symbol of ambition, competition, and triumph. Born from a rivalry that reshaped motorsports, it proved that American engineering could conquer the highest levels of international racing. Its victories at Le Mans, its breathtaking design, and its lasting influence on automotive culture ensure that it remains one of the most revered cars in history. Whether on the track, in a museum, or roaring down the road, the GT40's spirit of performance and perseverance lives on, inspiring future generations to push the boundaries of what is possible in the world of motorsports and automotive engineering. Please subscribe to my channel Car Auto.